Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Hello, bonjour, bonsoir. Welcome to my weekly Monday Night Live podcast. It's called Monday Night Live because it's Monday night, the 3rd of June. It's 9 p.m. Today, special episode, special guest in the house, Mr. Kyle Taylor. Give him a round of applause. Wait. Oh, that was the wrong one. Hey, there we go. Kyle, my little brother, according to Wikipedia, according to my Wikipedia, let's have a look. I had it up earlier on. This is how I'm going to introduce you, Kyle. Paul Taylor, comedian. I've gone off the Wikipedia page now. Here we go. According to my Wikipedia, whoever has been dealing with that, where's it gone? There it is. Paul Taylor, comedian. If you scroll all the way down to personal life, it says, Taylor has a half-brother, Kyle Taylor, who plays professional football as a midfielder for Exeter City in the English Football League. It's a pretty good...
Yeah. I mean, there's not much else going on there, really, but they've pretty much summed it up.
They've summed it up. The French, that's in English. The French one, they can't be asked. Whoever's dealing with the French Wikipedia just says... Paul Taylor a un frère, Kyle Taylor, footballeur professionnel anglais. They've just gone professional footballer, English professional footballer.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all there is to it.
First question, Kyle, because the Olympics are coming to Paris. Before we start talking to the audience who are live, I wanted to get your opinion on whether you think Paris is ready for the Olympics that are coming in August. In terms of, you travelled here by plane. I'm used to travelling to Paris. I know what I'm expecting when I land in Paris. I speak the language. I know where I'm going. It's like I'm on automatic pilot. What was your experience like as you landed in Paris? At Charles de Gaulle, which is the main airport, not Orly, Charles de Gaulle.
I'd say it was pretty good. I mean, everyone speaks English.
So everyone spoke English?
Yeah, so we're naturally lazy as a nation because everyone speaks English. So we're just naturally lazy, so that was easy.
So you landed. How long was landing till you actually getting to the gate? Was it the usual like 25 minutes, half an hour?
Yeah, so I don't know whether it's because after Brexit now it takes longer. But
what, it takes longer for the plane to taxi?
It was like, you guys, you just take 2 minutes and you crack on. And then all you English lot just herd into these queues. And then you've got people ducking and diving under the...
so the passport was a knife.
Yeah, and then you've got like the automatic systems now.
And so you were in a longer queue than the Europeans.
Yeah, it's like the rest, and then the French, I guess, go through.
Yeah, like
speedy.
There's like
2 minutes straight in, which it should be, and then us English are like, you guys go in that snake slalom and just stand and be confused.
Right, because it seems like they got different flags up there. They got like the European flag, but then they got Canada and the US.
Yeah, and I see like the EU sign. Yeah, and I'm still not accustomed to.
Yeah, you're not in the EU.
I still go down that route.
Okay,
so and then go.
So passport control was confusing.
Yeah.
You got through passport control, and then talk to me about trying to get a taxi. Well, and you didn't get a taxi. You got an Uber, right?
Yeah, which again was a bit confusing because it says taxis and then like pre-booked taxis, or it was like VTC or something.
Yeah, VTC. Like mate, you've got the acronym as well.
I'm on it.
What does VTC stand for? It stands for véhicule. Help me in the comments. What is VTC? VTC. It's a véhicule. So a vehicle, I think, is the V.
Yeah.
Voiture de tourisme avec chauffeur. Okay, says Patrick Snoelli. So a touristy car with a driver. I mean, it would be weird to have a touristy car without a driver.
With a chauffeur.
Yeah, so, I mean, the French always make things complicated. They add acronyms to things. It's because on the floor, I saw, as we came back, it was, when I came back last week on the same flight as you, it says VTC in French, and then in English it says pre-booked ride.
It's like
share app, app sharing. Share.
I'm sure it's like pre-booked.
Okay.
Vehicle. I don't know. So I walked down that way.
Okay.
And I kept going, and then I went on the Uber app, and the location.
Oh, so you hadn't ordered the Uber yet?
No, I hadn't,
Okay.
because I thought, I don't know where.
All right.
Which probably should have done, but typical, didn't
Okay.
do it. Booked it. Well, went to go on to book it, and you know when it shows you your location,
Yeah.
and it was like way back. So I was thinking, well, this says pre-booked, so I turned around, walked back in, and then realised that was the only option I could do.
Okay.
So then I had to turn around. That was actually the hardest bit. I thought it was actually it was good. There's signs in English.
Yeah.
Everyone speaks English.
Okay.
They were
Did you stop
accommodating.
anyone? Did you ask anyone like, how do I get to the Uber or whatever?
Not really. I mean, because I thought taxis, I thought surely
Yeah.
same place. And then I kept going, didn't seem to get anywhere. So I came back, walked back through the airport, went upstairs, went to go to another terminal. Again, wrong place. So turned round, and then I walked all the way to the end, literally where I'd just come from. And on Uber it says like 11-minute walk to here, even though it's literally next door. And then I
Okay.
went outside, saw the road above.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe he's up there.
Okay. And did he call you?
Yeah, he rang me and spoke a little bit of English. So there was a language barrier there. Right? That was my first moment where I thought, I'm in trouble there.
Okay.
And then, yeah, eventually he rang me. He was in a separate bit. He was where the taxis were.
Of course he was.
But the pre-booked taxi where it says to get Ubers from was down the end.
Okay.
So that's not where... So I don't know whether I got it wrong or he got it wrong. But
Okay.
it took me about half an hour just to get the Uber, even though...
Well, because you said to me...
It took me almost as long to get the Uber as it did flying.
Because you texted me saying, I've landed, and me and Addy were shitting ourselves because we hadn't really cleaned the house yet. So I'm running around in my running gear because I went out for a run this morning. I'm still sweating. I get out the Hoover, I'm mopping. Addy's up the stairs cleaning the bathroom, like in the middle of having a shower. I'm like, he's landed. He's going to be here in half an hour. And then when I said to you, text me when you got in the taxi, you're like, okay, will do. And I kept on
was a
checking my
big,
phone thinking, have I
massive
missed yeah, it was like, I'll see how long the gap was. It was...
I said landed,
and
and then there was just nothing.
Where are you? Oh, it was on WhatsApp. Why did you use WhatsApp, by the way, instead of normal mess? Anyway, you go, I've landed, 11:08. I go at 11:30, let me know when you're in a taxi. You go, I will do. 11:52. So half an hour later, I'm in the Uber now.
And I had no bags to pick up.
And you had no bags to pick up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the city that is hosting the Olympic Games, the most international sporting competition, where it's confusing as hell. I thought it was confusing as a person living here, knowing how to get an Uber out, because I think a lot of people are going to be taking Ubers. They might get the train, which is maybe a more intelligent option. But mate, we'll have to because you haven't even gotten the tickets for the train yet, which is a nightmare. You can't just Apple Pay your way through the...
So City Mapper will only get me so far, basically.
City Mapper will only get you so far. So that's Carl's experience. He has landed today, ladies and gentlemen. He's spending a few days with us, and we thought it would be fun to do the live together. So welcome to the live. I am opening another beer. Have you finished yours yet?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
in the
you're going to
off-season
finish it
as
now.
well, so we need
Kyle is
context.
in his off season of football. This football season has finished as of when? Last month?
Yeah, 27th of April, I think it was.
There you go.
So I'm allowed to
You're having
enjoy.
that beer. Right.
I'm allowed to enjoy myself in the off season. So
Kyle is allowed to go mental.
this isn't a professional diet.
No,
but
it isn't.
by any means.
I'm training for... You're on the off-season. I'm on the on-season training
Yeah.
for a marathon. But we are drinking, ladies and gentlemen, a Corsican beer for this one. Do you know why I chose a Corsican beer?
It is where you got married.
It is where
So,
we got married. And do you know when we got married?
I actually have a pair of glasses that I've kept for this entire time.
Oh, the white
they're
glasses that say Paul and
memorabilia.
Addy.
Yeah. So I'm going to guess 2018.
Close, 2017.
Ah, wow.
But it was today.
It was today.
Today,
Oh, well.
7 years ago. It's our...
Happy wedding
It's
anniversary.
mine and my wife's 7-year wedding anniversary.
7 years.
And we're celebrating by her putting our daughter to bed while I hang out with my brother and drink a beer.
Bad timing.
Oh shit. So we got married in Corsica, which is why, and we drank lots of Pietra. It's one of my favourite beers. And
pop that
salute, I don't know in Corsican how you say cheers. Salute, it's probably closer to Italian.
Salute.
So you were shit-faced at my wedding.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
It was also in the off-season because,
Yeah, it was off-season.
June is the off-season.
And we're athletes in here, aren't we?
We are athletes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an athlete becoming. You're an athlete in your prime. You're 25 years
yeah.
old. You're in your
Yeah.
prime.
But I've
It was
like
Kyle's
kickboxing.
birthday a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
1 week ago, wasn't it? Yeah. What are we, June the 3rd? June the 3rd. Oh, it's 8 days ago. 8 days ago was Kyle's 25th birthday. The big 2-5.
Yeah. You got to play that.
Oh, have I got to do the DJ air horn? Virginie in the comments says Kyle's beer, the other one, is from a city close to where I live. What was the other beer that you were having?
It says blonde as well. It's like
Blonde?
almost like a coffee roast.
It's a Vézelay. I don't know where Vézelay. Oh, we got it. Brassé en Bourgogne in Burgundy. You get wine from Burgundy. Where was that from? Is Vézelay the name of the city? It doesn't tell you where. It doesn't give me any information apart from that. Hold on. Sur la colline de Vézelay, on the hill of Vézelay, Saint-Pierre, Saint-Père, Saint Father. I don't know. That's weird.
That was good.
It was good. Red Becky says he's the same age as my son. Now I feel old, mate. I get it. I mean, I feel old. 25. I mean, there's 12 years between us, and I remember when I am getting old. Do you know what made me feel old? Right, is Dad. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Is I remember Dad at my age.
Which is quite scary.
So when Dad was my age, when he was 37, when my dad was 37, well, my dad, our dad, yeah. So when he was 37, we were living in Madrid,
So
and I was 15, and you were
oh my god,
you were 3.
is that when you had the short haircut, the buzz cut?
No, I had the buzz cut. Well, the buzz cut was like it depended. It was often the buzz cut was I went to a hairdresser, didn't like it, so I shaved it off. No, I was older. I think would have been like 18, 19, 20. Even like up until 23, I sometimes had a buzz cut. 37, you had me when I was 23. No, you were 37. Maybe I'm confused. 37, which means I would have been, he was 23 when he had me. So 37 minus 23 is 14. So yeah, I was moving to Spain with you guys,
Yeah.
and you were 2, 3.
Maybe even 1, no? 1, 2.
Yeah, and the reason why this is why I feel old, because I remember him at 37. I remember me and him in the back garden when everyone was asleep one summer night, and I was talking to him about being gymnast. I don't know why we started talking about front flips, right? Doing front flips.
Yeah.
And him, with his typical self-assurance, was like, oh, mate, I can still do a front flip. And in my mind, I'm 14. He's an old bastard.
Yeah.
He's 37. I'm like, yeah, there's no way. He's like, yeah, man, I can do a front flip. I can do a front flip. And he went and did a front flip in the garden and just cracked his back on the floor like it was in the grass.
Yeah.
So he did, like, he put his hands down, flipped over and just cracked his back on
Yeah. Well, that's probably why I can't move now.
So, that
So
was...
you're old, basically.
yeah, exactly. Good question. Since we lived in Madrid, does Kyle speak Spanish? Kyle, do you speak Hablas español?
Un poco. Lo siento.
That's good enough.
It gets me by.
The problem is that when did you leave Spain? When you were 4, 5?
Yeah. I mean, you speak what? French, Spanish, English. Dad speaks a bit of French.
A bit of French,
Bit of Spanish.
a bit of Spanish, a bit of Portuguese.
Yeah. And then there's me that's
Yeah, but that's not your.
absolutely useless.
But that's not your fault because you didn't live anywhere else apart. Well, I mean, in the 2 years in Madrid, but you were too young.
Yeah, not my fault.
You didn't even speak English back then.
And we're lazy as a country,
English
which
speakers.
I've said. Because everyone speaks English, we go and we expect people to speak English.
It's true.
But in my defence, I try until they speak back, and then I just accept defeat.
What was the thing earlier on?
Instantly.
What happened earlier on? We were talking. We were somewhere having a. Oh, we were having a coffee, and we ordered a flat white. I ordered a flat white, and I said it in the French accent.
Yeah.
I was like, "Un flat white, s'il vous plaît." Un flat white, and he just went, "Flat white, s'il vous plaît." And the guy just answered. He was like, "All right, 2 flat whites, no problem." I think he was an English speaker, to be fair, so I think he was happy.
He was all right. But you can't. It's flat white.
It is flat white, but you got to say it in a French accent. Like if you were to say it in Spanish, you'd have to say,
But you-
"Un flat white."
But you wouldn't speak English in a French accent.
I have to speak English in a French accent when I'm here.
You did what? So people understand.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but you'd never speak English to a French person
I would never speak English to a French person. I
if
wouldn't.
you're here.
No, because I speak French. But if I have English words in a sentence, like let's say I'm trying to think of an example. Well, if I go to McDonald's here, first of all, I don't say to my mate, I'm like, let's imagine my mate's called Jean-Pierre. I wouldn't be like, hey Jean-Pierre, est-ce qu'on va aller manger au McDonald's? I would say, hey Jean-Pierre, on va aller manger au McDonald's, au McDo.
Yeah.
I make
You'd
it
have
French.
to make it
And then
French.
when we go in there, I wouldn't behind the counter. I wouldn't be to the person at McDonald's
I'll have a Big Mac.
yeah, I wouldn't be like, je vais prendre. No, I wouldn't be like, je vais prendre je vais prendre un cheeseburger, s'il vous plaît. It sounds. So I have to
So
become
you have
French.
to speak. Okay, I got.
I have to go. Je vais prendre un cheeseburger, s'il vous plaît. Like you have to do it in the French accent.
But would they not always have the translation of? You know, like they. But that's what surprised me. They had flat white on the menu.
Yeah,
But
no,
why
they-
is that not in French? Like, what would it be? Blanc.
What would be a flat white, ladies and gentlemen?
In French.
In French, it would be.
I guess it's an Aussie drink.
It is an Aussie drink, but a
So-
flat white would be un blanc, plat, un plat blanc, un blanc plat.
Which is a bit harder to say if you're ordering a coffee. I'll have a
It
flat white,
is.
mate.
It is.
Or
I mean, it works in English, yeah. But then we go, if you go to a coffee shop anywhere in the English-speaking world, you don't go, "Excuse me, mate, can I have a cappuccino?" You say it in an English accent.
Cappuccino, yeah.
If
But
you-
you wouldn't then, when you get to Italy, say it in an
Yeah,
Italian.
of course. But because it's an Italian word,
Yeah,
right?
That's true. So it sounds naturally Italian.
It's like, imagine going to a bakery in the UK and going, "Yeah, excuse me, I'll have a cappuccino and 2 croissants." Like the person behind the desk could be like, "All right, mate, we get that you speak another language. Like, calm down."
Well, I had that actually because we went into a bakery, me and my girlfriend, and I thought I had a bit of conversation in Spanish, so I thought I'm getting a bit confident here. I said, "Mi novia es Ria," and then I wanted to order a croissant,
Okay.
but I didn't know what it'd be in Spanish.
The same, just with a Spanish accent.
So I was like, had a bit of conversation. I said, "¿Cómo se dice?" And she went, "Croissant."
croissant.
And I thought, oh, and that was a real.
It's one of those that doesn't ever get translated. Croissant just is
Yeah.
the same in every language. In Spanish, it's croissant.
Yeah, so she didn't help me out at all.
Un croissant, por favor.
Yeah.
Un croissant.
Yeah.
You get a croissant.
Lesson learned.
Hey, Adam Crosby with the jokes. You're both flat whites. Whee!
Good
To be
stuff.
honest, I'm way more flat white. Look at this tanned bastard. Not only is he
Yeah,
good looking
but-
and younger and fitter, he's also more tanned. Look at the colour. Go on, put your arm next to mine. Look at the state of that. Look at it on the screen.
Yeah, but I've been on holiday.
You've been on holiday.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
Living life.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
we
you-
actually had this conversation earlier about nicknames.
nicknames.
And in England, I said it's a squashy.
Oh, squashy. Okay, so you guys,
I think this
when
is a
I
good
when
one
I
to
start getting a bit hot,
put this in there.
because this studio has no air in it, I go by vanilla strawberry, vanille fraise. Look at that, vanille fraise, vanilla strawberry. It's like a vanilla strawberry. And what was yours? A squashy.
Yeah, so in England, someone who's got really pale white skin, if they burn, like say you're burnt there, kind of like that, it's a squashy.
Oh, because ladies
so
and
that's
gentlemen,
the English version.
hold on.
I don't know what
There
the
we
French
go.
version of that
That is a
would be.
squashy. It's the. I mean, there's. Do we have any any candies, any sweets in France that would be the equivalent of this? So okay, I'm a squash. So you're a squashy as well, but you would be more. There's got to be like a brown and white version of that, like a
Well, I'm not.
like a
I
Coke
wouldn't go
bottle.
that far.
A Coke. I mean, you're pretty brown.
I like to claim
I mean, you're
olive
more-
skin, but
yeah, olive.
I think that's.
olive skin.
I'm pushing it a bit.
Well, we talked about this earlier. We've both still got
Yeah, ginger.
Pappy Steve's ginger beard.
What's ginger in French?
Roux. They call it as in ROUX, as in red, like roux. There isn't an
red.
equivalent. Yeah,
Strawberry blonde.
I say strawberry blonde. In French,
that?
they call it blonde Venetian blonde.
Venetian blonde.
Blonde Venetian.
That sounds a lot better than.
It does. It sounds like we're
That
exotic.
sounds, yeah, that sounds. We can work with
I'm
that.
from Venice, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Fantastic.
Marshmallow. Ah, okay, yeah, that could work because they're kind of like squashies. I don't know.
Yeah, but then it's only. Oh, you can get. Oh, you get pink and white marshmallows.
You do.
So that's a good.
Paul is a 2-in-1 ice cream when he's in flames. Yeah, all right, mate.
You get
All
hammered
right,
in.
mate. Vanille fraise, roux. It will end up grey. Don't worry about it. Well, mine is already starting to go grey. You can't really see it, but it's in this light. This is why I enjoy studio lighting because it makes you look better than you actually are. But in the sunlight, I'm very. I mean, there's grey coming through, and especially the bum fluff on the side of the on the side there. You're all right though.
Yeah. Well, I get white hairs, so. But,
I mean, you're blonde.
yeah.
That's
But,
good.
I mean, you don't have to say you're going grey or that you're getting old. You just say, I'm at the age where I can't backflip.
I was never
Or
at the
front
age where I
flip.
could backflip
Ah.
or front flip. I've never been able to backflip or front, apart from on a trampoline. But I've never. I saw a guy on Instagram, like he's not old, but he's like my age, like mid-30s or whatever. And he can jump really high, and he just started like trying. He'd never done a backflip. He just started doing a
But he
backflip.
can jump really high. So he's got the
Yeah,
first bit
exactly.
nailed.
And his legs, unlike mine, are working. Mine is not working. Josh 7247 is asking whether cerveza is Spanish.
Yeah. Cerveza.
That's all you were ordering, wasn't it? Una cerveza, por favor.
See?
In Spain,
far
they
as I
say
get.
una caña,
Una caña.
which is the measure of the beer that you have.
Ah, right.
So it's like, it's not a pint,
Yeah.
and it's not a French loser amount. It's in between, because in
Oh,
French,
they're very generous in Spain with their
with the beer.
measures. With the
Oh,
like,
the mix.
spirits.
Yeah, the
Or-
spirits. When you go, un gin tonic, por favor.
Yeah, there's no single or double.
It's
Do
they
you want
just
a gin
pour.
and tonic? And they look at you as like, say when.
Yeah, the Spanish are very good with the gin and tonic situation there.
Yeah.
Ginger people don't go grey so much. That is true because our dad is ginger and he is white.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We
Like
go
not
white.
grey. It's like
Yeah.
what's that? Not superhero, but the cartoon. He looks like Sonic. You know when Sonic the Hedgehog goes. Why was Sonic the Hedgehog yellow? Did you ever play Sonic the Hedgehog, or are you too
I
young for
thought
that?
Sonic was blue,
Sonic is blue,
but he goes yellow.
but at some point, yeah,
you're right.
At some point, why does it's Supersonic? Supersonic.
it's-
I
it
can't
goes
remember.
supersonic.
I can't remember why Sonic went yellow. Supersonic. It's
So if you start going white/grey, it's supersonic.
yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. Supersonic. I don't remember. Like Storm in X-Men. No, Storm in X-Men. She's actually yeah, a little bit. I don't remember. Storm's the one who's got. Do you ever watch the X-Men?
No.
She's got like a white strand because she got struck by lightning. I
right.
don't quote me on that. I'm not an X-men situation thing, whatever. That's a good comparison. Solange says fraise tagada. Do you know what fraise tagada is?
It's up on the screen.
Yeah. Have you heard of these sweets?
Outside and inside.
Yeah, because
Oh right, there's one colour on the outside.
these are these are the strawberry. I don't know what they're called in English. I don't even know if we've got them in England. Do we? So the inside. So that's what the outside is,
And the inside's white.
and the inside's like white marshmallowy.
Can white well.
You know what's a good thing to do with that, considering it's your off season, is you take a bottle of vodka. You get like a third. Well, you make sure. Yeah, you get a third of the bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
You know, drunk,
Yeah.
and then you fill the other. You fill it up with those.
With those.
You fill it up with those.
You fill 1/3.
Yeah.
Or
So
two-
so
oh, right,
so
okay.
there's
So
2/3
the
vodka.
majority. Okay.
The majority is vodka. 2/3
fill it up with
vodka.
that.
1/3 those.
Yeah.
And then you leave it. I can't remember how long. I want to say a week.
Where have you learnt this?
It's a French thing, isn't it?
Is it?
Vodka tagada. Is that a French thing? Have I made this up? But then it melts like
I mean, I can't-
within a
maybe
week.
We should try that.
We haven't got a time. Vodka together. We're not 17 anymore. We're pretending to be 17. All right, Solly? Don't fucking insult us. Yeah, and then I think it's a week, and then it melts, and then it's like the most delicious tasting vodka shots you've ever had.
Oh, you just have it shots?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not in a drink.
Do you know what a shot is in Spanish?
No.
If you wanted a shot of something in Spanish, you didn't have any shots?
No, no idea.
Mate,
I'm an athlete.
fucking live a bit, will you? It's a chupito.
I'm not.
Chupito. Chupito.
What is it?
It's up on the screen. Chupito.
Oh, you know that.
Chupito. Un chupito, por favor. Un chupito. Un chupito. Un chupito.
Sounds South American.
Vodka watermelon is amazing. Have I ever tried that, Red Becky? No, I haven't. Is that with the watermelon sweets? The same sort of like, I think...
Oh, they're good.
What, the watermelon sweets?
Yeah, they're... I might try that.
The one with cherry, but also spicy. Every bar's got a different name. It's amazing. All right, yeah. The French like to do... I mean, I say the French.
The one with cherry, but also spicy. Is that a picante?
What, the sweet?
Oh, that's a sweet.
I don't know.
I thought that was the drink.
Spicy. Cherry.
What's cherry in Spanish?
That's a good question. I think it's cereza. No, that doesn't sound right.
That sounds like a beer.
But in French, it's cerise. So in Spanish, let's go cherry. Wait, hold on. Because, oh no, that's cherry Spanish. I think it's cereza. It is. I was right.
Oh, you got it
cereza,
right.
yeah.
Cereza.
It's almost like cerveza. Fucking hell. Ladies and gentlemen, what questions do you have for Mr. Kyle Taylor, professional footballer in the UK? Now you've got now you got a chance. You got to come up with the goods. You've got to come up with the good questions.
I think there's some good questions.
Do you know what I mean? Now that we've done messing around. Takey K, he's an absolute legend.
Here we go.
Has Kyle seen all your specials?
As in videos?
As in my, like the comedy specials, like the three, well, two of them are out. The third one, did you ever come to the third show?
The last one I came to was...
The Shepherd's Bush.
Shepherd's Bush,
when we
yeah.
filmed it. So that was the second one.
Yeah.
Did you watch
so they were was that one of the specials? Or not?
Yeah, let's replace the word specials by show.
Ah, right.
A special is basically when you film it and it goes out on a platform.
Yeah, I came to the second one.
You came to the second one in London.
Yeah.
Did you come to the first one?
But it's hard because also didn't get the time off, and then 50% was
half
in
of
French.
it's in French. Yeah. Did you ever watch the first one? Did you watch it online? Because I don't think you came to it. You might have come to it.
I might have done. Which one was the main? I guess you filmed 3, right?
I filmed 3. 2 of them are out. One of them is still on a hard drive waiting to be edited.
Ah, right.
But that one, that was the one. The third one is I was on tour last year. You didn't come to any of the shows last year because we were in London in September, and you were just starting. Well, you were in the middle of the season. The problem with Kyle is we never see each other because he doesn't get weekends off, just like me. And what's your typical week? What is your typical week like training wise? Monday. What do you do on Monday?
Train. Normally. Depends if we have a game on a Tuesday. So it chops and changes.
Oh, you could have games on Tuesdays?
Yeah, so we're sometimes Tuesday night.
Okay.
Like 7, half 7, 7:45 kickoff.
Okay.
But if we don't have a Tuesday game, it's just like a normal
Monday,
and
if you
Monday, Tuesday. Sometimes we'd be in a week, so we'd chop and change at this club. Well, sometimes we'd have a Monday off, and then we'd do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, game Saturday, off Sunday, but always a game on a Saturday.
Always a game on a Saturday. Anything on a Sunday?
Yeah, well, if we had a game on a Tuesday, we'd be in on a Sunday.
Okay.
But it varies.
So you basically get one day off a week?
Do you get sometimes 2, and it depends if we win, if we're doing well. It's quite adaptable, but it's difficult for families to plan. It's okay for us because we can go in and turn up, but for families, it's anyone out there who's wants to be a footballer, or if they have kids that want to be a footballer, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, unless they're super rich and then they just have the nannies look after the kids. And
Yeah.
So you never get 2 days off in a row though? It's always one day and then another day later on.
Yeah, well, if we do well,
What do you mean if you do well? What does
Well,
it matter
like if we perform well on a Saturday,
then they give you the
and
Sunday
we've had
off.
a good run of results, and we've been in a lot recently, and we've got no game on the Tuesday.
Then you
Sometimes we'll have Sunday, Monday,
Oh.
because then, because we're all quite spread out and we're from different places, people want to go home, see their family. A lot of them have kids living
Right.
away from home.
Right.
So the Sunday, Monday gives you, because
2 days off. in a row.
sometimes you get days off on a Wednesday,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of people would rather be in because they're away from home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the Sunday, Monday works well.
Yeah, so that's why we never really see each other, except at this time of year, May, June, when the season is finished and the new season has not started yet. You get like what, a month and a half off?
Yeah, and there's it's like a known thing in football. Once we get the off season, it's almost like a known thing that on the Saturday at 3:00 it's like game day, and then Sunday, honestly, people could be anywhere in the world. It's just like a known thing.
Because they're so drunk, they've taken a flight to
like
Madagascar.
Saturday 3 p.m. and Sunday 3 p.m. Like that should start a trend of like Saturday 3 p.m. Sunday.
Do you all
3
go
p.m.
out like on the Saturday night after the last game and go out and
Yeah,
celebrate?
sometimes. I guess it's like if you've had a good season.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
you celebrate,
Yeah.
and if you've had a bad season, then
Then everyone just leaves.
there's nothing. Yeah, like. But either way, Sunday 3 p.m. You've unless you've got kids or family or you're normally.
How many people? How
on
many?
a Sunday you're normally somewhere hotter than England, at least.
It's not difficult.
Is all. I mean, you're not asking for much, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
Sunday 3 p.m. you are not where you were
The night before.
Saturday.
You
3
weren't in
p.m.
Exeter,
No.
where it's raining. Although to be
No.
fair, hey, by the way, people that live in Paris, who'd have thought that Kyle would have brought the sunshine with him?
Yeah.
The first sunny day in about
work.
3 weeks. It's amazing. So that's why we never see each other. That was the whole point in that. Right, what questions have we got? Oh, Kyle, have you analysed Ted Lasso? Have you watched Ted Lasso?
Analysed. Oh, right.
Have you watched Ted Lasso?
Yeah, I've watched Ted Lasso. I haven't analysed him, but I watched that with a flatmate who also played at Exeter and my girlfriend.
Did you enjoy it?
And yeah, really good. It's not great if you're in football.
Yeah.
It's not very realistic.
Well, even like the
like
match.
they should have just cut the match scenes.
Yeah, the match scenes are pretty bad, aren't they?
Or like they could have just videoed him on the sidelines. But as soon as they involved the players, that's when it went.
Yeah, because
They
I imagine
should have hired pros.
Yeah, but as body doubles.
Yeah,
because you
and
can
just been like, how would you feel about filming?
you can tell that they're not moving like footballers,
Yeah,
right?
it's not. It literally looks like a game of FIFA or something. Like they shouldn't.
But apart from that, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, no, really good.
I haven't
enjoyed
finished it. I think we got to end of season 2 or something, and then we just never.
Yeah.
Addy and I's favourite thing is to start TV shows
Yeah.
and then not finish them.
Yeah.
So we haven't watched the end of it, but
And it's very positive, which isn't always the football
well,
environment.
mate, I think as
There's quite a bit more swearing than
in normal football.
than there was in Ted Lasso. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well it's got to be, it's Apple TV, they got to tone it
Censor
down.
it a little bit, yeah.
What was I going to say? Yeah, but it's done. I feel like it's put soccer, football on the map for Americans, because I feel like Americans, they get into football, our football.
Oh yeah, they call it soccer.
Every World Cup. So every World Cup, there's a bit of buzz around it, and then it goes away. But I feel like, or when Messi joined Miami,
Yeah, that was.
or when Beckham went to the whatever it was called.
Well, you think now Messi's there, it would.
Yeah,
I think it'll make
and
a
I
big
think
difference.
Ted Lasso has added on to that because there's so many clubs that are being bought up by Americans.
Well, I
The
don't know
whole
how it
Wrexham
works in
thing-
America, but I don't know if it's similar to basketball where their drafts, it's like the best player or the number one draft. The team who finishes bottom in the league gets the first pick of the drafts.
Is that what happens in American football?
I'm not sure, but it's
think it is,
in
isn't it?
basketball they have that. So I don't know whether it's that for soccer. Well, football, but they call it soccer.
Anne Austin asks, was Paul a fun big brother, or was the age gap too big for you to connect much until you were both older?
I'd say you were pretty good. Because I was a little shit.
Well, I mean, we only lived together for 1 year when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And then...
But
yeah, we saw each other a few times a year from then. But then as soon as you started playing football and I was working at Apple,
Yeah, then
like
it
it
was
just,
impossible, yeah.
it like up until, I'd say up until the age that you were like 12, we would see each other a fair amount. But then when
Yeah.
you started getting serious about football,
Yeah, then
was
it's
when,
impossible, yeah.
when I started getting serious about, because you were 12, I was 24, that's when I got
Yeah.
my new gig at Apple, which was traveling around the world.
Yeah.
And so like we didn't,
Yeah, it was just, well, it's been like that ever since, really, isn't it?
a little bit, but I feel like there's more that we talk about now that we get on with, because you've got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're living like you're 20. You're an adult.
Yeah, it's different when you're an adult. You have to be. Well, we have that skiing video
We do have a skiing video where go on.
I mean, we'll have to find it, but how would you describe me?
It's
relentless. I was relentless.
Honestly, I don't really remember much of it, but I made a vlog before
Yeah.
vlogs were a thing in 2006.
You should have released that, really.
I should have released it.
Because
Shouldn't
you would
I?
have started. It was before vlogs.
Yeah, it was before YouTube. It was in 2006. Well, YouTube started in 2006. It was before that.
Yeah.
I was filming myself with a video camera on a ski
It was
trip.
2006.
Yeah,
It was.
It was us three, both of us with our dad, and we went to a ski resort. And you were what age? Wait, 2006. So you'd have been
I'd
what?
have been 7, or 6 or 7.
Yeah, 6 or 7, and I was 19, 20 ish.
Yeah.
I think it was my second year of university or first year of university,
Yeah.
and I was filming along. And yeah, apparently I can't remember it. You've got the only copy of that. I don't even have a copy of it because I think I
it's on
lost.
CD. That's how long ago it was. It was transferred to CD. But you were patient in that. You were actually good in front of a camera
Back
at
then.
a young age, and I was
Maybe.
quite shy.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
true.
probably
You were
still
a
the
bit
same.
shy.
I think I'm more shy in front of a camera.
Yeah, probably. I'm just used to it because
Yeah,
you know.
'cause you've got that thing.
Exactly. But yeah, for sure, the age gap was a bit too big until now, now that we're both adults and we can both drink beers and chat shit, then it was great. Right, when Kyle is speaking, it makes me think about Zayn Malik with the accent. Who's Zayn Malik? Do you know who Zayn Malik is?
Is that not the guy from who used to be in One Direction? It is.
It is.
Look
Is
at
it?
that for some knowledge. I'm not a One Direction. I'm not an avid One Direction
You've just
fan,
let everyone
but
know.
I've just plucked that. Well, I used to watch X Factor as a
Just
kid.
pretend that you don't know who he is. All right. I don't know what he sounds like.
Yeah, I can't actually picture his accent, but
Olivia Chung says, if you weren't a footballer, what would you be? There we go. That's a good question.
Formula One driver, I think.
Would you?
Yeah.
Are you into
I
Formula
mean,
One?
whether I'd actually be one is a but I'd like to have been a Formula One driver.
Are you into Formula One?
Not really, but I feel like that would have been my. I like driving, so. And I used to love go-karting.
Should we
And
go
it's
go-karting
competitive.
while you're here?
That'd be good.
Should we go go-karting?
Yeah.
All right, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Does anyone know any good go-karting tracks around Paris? I fucking love go-karting. I absolutely love it. That's what I would have been.
That'd get so competitive that.
Oh mate, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right, we get go-karting. Anyone wants to join? We'll pick a place.
That'd
We'll
be
go
a great
go-karting. It's gonna be amazing.
Everyone on the feed go-karting.
Yeah, that's it. Let's make it happen. What was your favourite subject at school? Go on.
Oh, well, PE's probably too obvious, so.
PE is physical education for the French people.
Yeah. Favourite subject?
I hate it. Go on.
Probably English, but I was just not because I was active. I was just a nightmare. I wasn't naughty, but I just didn't want to be. A classroom didn't work for me.
Yeah,
I had too much energy to.
Did you have?
Oh, we spoke about this. So we finished school at 3
PM.
p.m. in England, and here I think
It's 4:30.
it's 4:30,
Yeah.
and I struggle till 3 p.m. So 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, I don't even remember what time we
For
finished. I
me,
think it was 3:30 or
it-
something.
I guess you are just. It didn't work for me when I was younger.
I-
I'd say English probably.
I had on my report cards always is a decent student but is disruptive in class.
Yeah,
like I was
exactly
always
the same, yeah.
I was always disrupting. I don't think I was necessarily
That's
joking
probably
around.
Why you're a comedian now?
No, but I wasn't the joker.
not,
I don't
no?
think. I think I was doing. I remember one prank specifically. It was in Spanish class. It was at the time when mobile phones were just coming out, and I had won a mobile phone because on the side of Coke bottles you would drink Coke, and either on the tab on a can or on the stickers on the bottle, you had to collect a certain amount. You would send it off with like £50, and you got a Sony Ericsson phone with a Coca-Cola ringtone. And mate, I'll show you the phone.
I bet you're all over that.
Coca-Cola Ericsson. If you're old enough,
I didn't even
ladies
know
and gentlemen,
phones would have been a thing back then.
they were becoming a thing. I was how old was I then? Like 13. Sony Ericsson, Sony.
I wonder how many people had a Sony Ericsson.
Oh mate,
Or like a
there it
Nokia,
is.
you know, like the old school
look
Nokia.
at that. So that was the phone. It was one of the first Sony Ericssons, and it had
it has a...
Do you remember the? Well, you probably don't, but the original Coca-Cola theme tune was like da 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 da.
Nah.
Oh come on, old people.
Before my time.
Come on, old people, back me up on this. Anyway, why were we talking about mobile phones?
I don't know.
Coca-Cola.
Well, you were talking about school and being disruptive.
Oh, so I took this phone. So this was my
it's the
my
memory.
favorite thing to do.
Oh, there-
Was I won. So I got that phone because I drank too much Coke, which is why I was a fat bastard when I was 13. And I hid the phone in the classroom, like by the teacher's desk.
right.
And then I got my mate to call me.
Yeah. Disruptive.
Yeah, that's what. So I wasn't funny.
You
It was
weren't-
just.
yeah.
It was pranks basically.
Well, that was funny.
It's
At
a
the
good
time,
prank.
it was a
I
good
mean, it's
prank.
funny when you're 13 years
Yeah.
old.
Teaching us. The...
Linda Wonder Woman asks, where else but England would you like to play football?
Spain.
Hombre,
Spain's always
España.
interested me, yeah. Just good football. It was like, I grew up watching Barcelona era. So like Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola. Did you watch the
Like
Champions
total
League
football.
final the other day?
Yeah, I did, but it wasn't great. But yeah, I'd say Spain. Weather,
The weather's good. The language is amazing.
yeah, and the quality of football is more technical.
Yeah, I feel
Not to
like
bore
they're. I
everyone,
feel
but-
like they're more.
It's slower, which would suit me more.
They pass it a lot more,
Yeah, there's-
and it's
yeah.
more like tricky. Like there's more sort of tricks involved.
Yeah.
And not tricks, but you know what I mean. Like there's more skill.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, it's more
I don't know if
physical
that's
in
the word.
England. That's probably that's the better way to.
Yeah, in
describe it.
England it's like fuck off, mate, and then
Yeah.
you sort of carry. That's what I hear. Who was I listening to? I was listening to.
Well, imagine English fans as players. That's
Fucking
the
wankers.
loudest. Yeah.
Who was I speaking to about English football? And they were like, yes, I think it was I must have been speaking to a French footballer at some point. It was. So I a long time ago, like 6 years ago, there was a French TV show called Halftime, and it was like a TV show about the Premier League, because Canal Plus, the TV channel I used to work for,
right, yeah. I
had
remember
the
that.
rights to broadcast the Premier League, and they asked me, because I'm English,
Yeah.
to come and do like comedy, like for a couple of minutes. Like the whole thing was I would come onto the TV set and make fun of the person, the guest who was there,
All right.
and I couldn't do that
What
because
a job.
yeah, I couldn't make fun of people I didn't know anything about. So I would make fun of the city that they played in. So if they were like an ex-Newcastle, I'd take the piss out of Newcastle.
Got ya.
And anyway,
different,
one of the guys, I was talking to him about French, like why he moved from France to the UK. And he was just like, I wanted to understand what English football, like, and how much more physical it is compared
Yeah.
to the French league.
Ah, right, yeah.
So yeah, like I hear that all the
Yeah,
time.
more physical.
España, hombre. Fun fact about Kyle, by the way. Kyle was born on the day that Manchester United won the treble.
Great memory that.
Mate, it was that day is etched in my brain.
brain.
Where during school,
Great memory.
I was 12. I was in school. I was in class. I got that somebody came into the classroom. I don't know if it was the secretary or something like that, and said they would just call you by your last name, because that's what there's like. Taylor, you've got a phone call at reception. So I went to reception, and it was Dad on the phone being like, your little brother's born.
Oh, right.
And I was like,
Good
wow,
work.
that's amazing. Like, obviously I knew you were on your way at some point.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. And so when I went back to my class, I was like, oh, I've got a little brother. And I was like, ah. And then that evening, I went to my mate Chris's house and
watch the.
watched the. I was a Manchester United fan at the time.
What a day then.
Mate,
Brother
it was,
and and
brother
Man
and
United win.
Man United win the treble. Like, it was just unbelievable, and it was just, and so I was
a
like, if you don't play football or you don't support Man United when you're older, you should just give up on life. All right, Pokraj asks, what is your ideal cheat day? So if you're,
what a question that is.
it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit sad because I think about this all the time. Like, I've got nothing better to do in my day than like.
Then imagine
what a question.
What could you do? Oh, what
I
would
might as well put that on the wall.
what is my cheat day? Go on.
I guess food-wise, that means.
Let's go food-wise.
Oh,
What's your?
I'm starting early doors to like get, because I love food, so I'm starting. I'm having an early start.
So you're starting. So you're waking up early.
Yeah,
What's
and I'm
your?
going to bed late as
What's
well.
your cheat breakfast / brunch?
Do you know what? I'm not a massive fan of an English breakfast.
Okay.
But I mean, I eat eggs every day, so I'm going some sort of. I like. Do you know what? Dad does really good eggs. So cream and butter with eggs is the key.
Would you get some hot sauce in there?
No.
No.
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah. Later in the day for that.
Okay. Are you doing a mimosa? Are you doing some sort of alcohol?
Yeah, I'd probably. Well, my mum would definitely have a mimosa. That is. I'm like coffee, and mum's the mimosa.
You're gonna have your plat blanc, the flat white.
Yeah, I'm like the parent, and mum's the. Mum's like.
Mum's the alcoholic.
Yeah, mum's the alcoholic. This is what I mean. I've got no chance. But yeah, I'd say. I mean, right off breakfast, because you can't really go that crazy with a breakfast.
Okay.
And I'm not really a fan of sweet for breakfast, so we'll
All right. Part
massive breakfast. Big fan of coffee, or a mimosa, depending on the day if it's off season.
It is it's cheat day. It's your cheat day.
Yeah, all right. I'm having a mimosa then.
You're having a mimosa,
yeah. Or maybe a coffee really early, mimosa with breakfast. Then lunch, I'm having. Lunch is difficult as well because I'm thinking about dinner. Do you know what I mean? All right, lunch. I'm having a big roast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a roast.
Yeah.
Can you not have that on a normal day?
Yeah, but
This is a cheat day, mate. Go fucking mental. Don't have something relatively healthy.
Hang on. What would you? You can't have a cheat. No, roast is a cheat. A massive roast is a. It's not a cheat meal, but it's what I'd have for lunch. Because dinner's where I go.
All right.
I go bigger because I'm going dessert
all
and stuff like that.
All right.
Popcorn as well. Salted popcorn's my favourite.
Is that salted popcorn's not that unhealthy for you?
No, it's not unhealthy, but just to add it in anyway because I love salted popcorn.
What I'm getting from this is your cheat day is actually just all right. Eggs,
yeah, I know, I'm not
fucking
doing much
roast.
here, but I'm eating a lot of it. So
are you just eating more of what you're?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm just eating more.
How many calories are you consuming a day when you're on season?
On season? Probably
I'm going to guess.
Sorry.
I was going to say like 3,000.
Yeah. Well, maybe like 3.5. 3 to 3.5.
3 to 3.5. Jesus. Okay. Is that mainly carbs? Not mainly carbs, but do you do more carbohydrates than?
Yeah, more carbs, which is great because all carbs are great.
I mean, they are tasty.
I'm missing pizza here as well. Sorry, for lunch.
You're doing a pizza for lunch. You're doing roast and a pizza.
I'd probably just go big, massive pizza.
What type of pizza?
I'd probably go Italian, but then I like Indian, so I'd go Indian for the.
It's a day. It's a cheat day.
Yeah.
It's not cheat
days.
Pizza
in the afternoon with wine.
Pizza with wine. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
What type of pizza?
And then in the evening,
What pizza? What pizza?
Right. I'm really boring. I'm going like pepperoni.
That's fine.
Yeah, my friend has mushrooms, and we argue every time.
He has pepperoni with mushrooms.
That'd be a good question.
Pepperoni with mushrooms.
What's unacceptable in France?
Do you know what pepperoni means in Italian?
No.
I've forgotten. But it means pepper, I think.
All right.
As in like bell pepper.
Oh.
It's nothing to do with sausages in Italian. Pepperoni.
They call it. Is it a diavola?
Diavola. Yeah.
Diavola.
Oh, I thought there was a bug. So you'd have that for lunch. Okay, good. That's
like a big pizza with a wine, and then I'm probably having Indian or Thai for the evening, and I'd have beer.
Indian beer like Singer or something like that.
And then maybe beers into the night. Yeah. And also I'd have like sugary stuff with this, but
is that what we're doing tomorrow then?
I'm savoury, not sweet. Well, yeah, tomorrow. Well, every day at the moment feels like a bit of a cheat day.
Right, Ollie P. As a pro footballer and therefore at the forefront of fashion, is your 90s boy band shirt back in vogue now, as in this one here?
Right.
If so, I have a few 20-year-old shirts I need to get out, just teasing.
Good work.
To be fair, I mean...
Do you know what? You might be teasing, but I'd be all over that.
Mate,
I love The 90s was, I think.
Is this like faux vintage? Is this like
I don't know.
new but not
It's like
Zara? So it's not. It's not old.
And it's not great.
See, you can pull that off though. I don't know. I just.
Well, we
for-
can swap, but
I mean, I don't know. I did notice about your socks because socks have become a thing for me. Do you know
Yeah.
why?
Why?
Because now that I'm training for a marathon, as I
right,
told you, like I'm watching a lot of running content,
yeah.
and there's a lot of like dad running content, and apparently the thing now
dad running content
is the socks pulled up.
really high.
Show us your legs.
There we go.
Right, socks pulled up. See,
Good
for
work.
me, back in my day, that was.
They go higher.
Well, no, back
lower.
in when I was a kid, no, you got to go lower. Like
lower.
the lower the sock, the
Really?
cool. Yeah, it was
no,
never
that's
cool.
not- that's like you might as well wear like 3/4 length pants now, which actually is coming back in. So maybe it's almost like 10 years ago. You know, like New Balance trainers now.
Yeah,
Like dads were ahead of their time.
they were, but
They were getting laughed, and you know, like the old joke used to be if you come in jeans and
New Balance.
New Balance,
Steve Jobs, mate.
you're getting laughed out the room. Steve Jobs.
Yeah, he would
Great shout.
he would get laughed out of the room. Steve Jobs in what he was wearing.
He was ahead of his time in technology,
Jobs
and fashion.
and fashion, because now if you were to dress like Steve Jobs, people would think, oh, you're pretty cool. Here he is.
Like there's actual modern.
Look at that. Look at him sitting there with his black socks on and
Look at this cat.
and his new look at this cat and his New Balance and his turtleneck. All right, the turtleneck was very French,
Yeah.
but
But it's a nice. Do you know what? That mix goes down really well nowadays. Ahead of its time.
yeah, I mean, I wish I had some sort. I mean, I just can't be asked. I wear the same outfit every day.
Yeah.
I've got
black.
Yeah, because I'm
Black.
fat. And people can't see it here, but I've got some man boobs. I've got the belly going on. Although less so because I'm training for my marathon. But I just feel when I wake up,
Too many of those.
too many beers, exactly. I can't be asked choosing what I'm going to wear. So when I wake up, I open my drawer, same underwear, same socks,
Same
as in
underwear.
like the same. I don't have like 5 different colours of. It's black, all black underwear from the.
I'm all black underwear.
It's all Uniqlo. Everything I own is Uniqlo.
right. Good
This
work.
is no, the jeans are Levi's, but the socks, underwear, t-shirts, jumpers. Well, there's 2 years ago when I did my show, Lacoste.
Oh yeah.
They didn't sponsor me, but they gave me like
Oh, good work.
5
Kitted you out.
black t-shirts,
All right.
3 jumpers.
What with the
Yeah,
crocodile?
with the little. It's just I don't have any today, and I was wearing white earlier on because it was hot. But yeah, so my thing now is like they gave me like I'm wearing black Lacoste t-shirts with a black.
But in summer you must. Yeah, you go white.
It's white, Uniqlo
White or black.
standard white, yeah.
Well, grey's a trouble in summer.
But grey makes you grey. First of all, if you sweat,
That's what I mean. That's where my mind's going.
my mind was going belly because grey makes you see your. You're fine. You can wear whatever the fuck you want. Eve Stadler said, "No, it's not raining in Exeter right now." Has Kyle seen Heartstopper? What's Heartstopper? I haven't. No, never heard of it.
Sorry.
What else we got? What else we got? Oh fuck! It's already 53 minutes past. Oh,
Christ.
all right. Here's one thing I wanted to do with my brother, ladies and gentlemen, to bring back a segment from my old podcast where I used to have guests on every week. It was Express Yourself, which is where I ask you to, in the comments, comment your favourite French expression, since Kyle doesn't speak French, and we will see if he can guess the expression or not, based upon his A level of French, and if he doesn't, just the meaning of it. So we're going back, ladies and gentlemen, to Express Yourself for the final part, the final 10 minutes of this part of the show. Of course, we're carrying on for another little while with my members on Patreon. If you support me on Patreon, you buy me virtual beers, and it helps finance all of these live shows. So I'm carrying on with Patreon afterwards, where we're going to go deep. We're going to go deep with the Patreon crew. But right now, send me your favourite French expressions. We've had this one. This is a classic French one from Raquel Regal, long-time listener, watcher. First of all, read it. See if you. I'm not gonna make fun of you, but try and read
French
it
accent.
in your French accent.
Faut pas pousser, même dans La haute.
That's very close. So the only difference is that the
accents
e
on the
acute,
E.
the e acute is e. So mimi.
Mimi.
Faut pas
Is
pousser
that a
mimi.
meme?
It isn't meme,
Oh.
but I think meme or meme must be a French word. So faut pas pousser mimi dans les orties. Now none of those words look very similar to English words.
Oh. Yeah, I've got no chance there. And that's a saying.
That is a saying. Faut pas pousser mimi. And I honestly, I'm not sure what it means in French. But
And if
literally,
you don't know,
literally,
then I'm banging trouble.
literally in English it means you shouldn't. So pousser is the French verb to push. So that's similar. It says so you shouldn't push. Mimi is grandmother. Don't push. You don't push grandmother into the stinging nettles. Like they're nettles. You know the stinging nettles, that thing?
Is that like you don't backstab one of your own? Don't shit on your own doorstep.
Don't shit on your own doorstep. I don't think it is. Hold on. I'm going to look it up. Faut pas pousser mimi. Faut pas pousser.
Don't push your nan into it.
Don't push your nan into some stinging nettles. Oh, okay.
Don't disrespect your elderly.
No. Oh, I mean that it should be that. It
Yeah.
means to don't like
Respect your elderly.
don't exaggerate. You're going too far.
And that means don't.
Like if you're like mate, basically, yeah, what you want to do, I don't know, I'm trying to think of it's an expression that we would say about dad all the time. Like if you're like, oh, I'm trying to train for a marathon, dad's response would be what?
Well,
He'd be
first
like,
of
oh.
all, just fucking run. And then he'd probably give you a lecture.
Exactly. He'd be like, oh, mate, I used to
back in
run
my-
marathons.
oh, right, yeah,
Oh,
okay.
mate, I used to be the
Okay,
champion marathon
Yeah,
runner of
yeah.
school, blah, blah, blah. And then you would say, I'll stop pushing
Yeah.
grandmother
Or it'd be
into
like,
the
I
nettles.
used to do 10k in 30 minutes.
Exactly. Did I tell you that he said that?
No, but I'm sure that's what he come out with. If he's
That's
actually said that,
He's exactly.
then-
So I told him.
So we need to tell him, don't push your nan
Don't-
into stinging nettles.
Don't push your nan into stinging. This is what he said to me. I said, I'm training for a marathon, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, I used to run. You know, he was saying, oh, you should be running loads. And I said to him, what was your, back in the day when you were running,
Yeah.
what was your
What was your-
10K
Thinking like
record?
40
And he said half an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, thinking, whatever. And then a week later, I checked like
What a load.
the world record is 26 minutes. I'm
So
like, there's
he's-
no way.
So he's 4 minutes off the world record.
But 4 minutes
What
back
a
in
load.
1970
Yeah.
from
So-
the world record
yeah,
today
alright.
with the
so,
shoe.
Yeah, okay. So he had the world record in his day at the age of what? 16, I'd imagine as well.
Yeah. So you would say to him, Dad, stop throwing grandmother into the.
I like that one.
Oh, it's a good one. All right, let's go.
start.
What other ones have we got?
So we need
All right,
to
this
fly
is a good
through
one.
these.
This is a perfect one from Guylaine. Oh, okay.
Alright.
Go on, read it out.
Les Anglais ont débarqué.
Perfect.
The English are. It's got to be something.
It's have.
oh, the
English have-
thick debacles.
No, it's not.
Debate.
It's close to an English word. Imagine you're getting off a boat,
The English have.
disembarked. You know when
the
you
English have all right.
the English have disembarked.
I wouldn't have got that, but it does now. You know. Les Anglais ont débarqué. Is that right?
Les Anglais, because
Les Anglais
les Anglais ont débarqué.
ont débarqué.
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 Débarqué, yeah.
All right.
So the English have disembarked.
Does that mean like they've arrived?
It does.
The loud, annoying.
Loud
Well, it's going to be for the Euros.
loud and annoying is quite a good description of what happens when the English disembark, and literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
So you're thinking about the Euros, you're thinking about football,
Yeah,
because
I'm
obviously
thinking-
as a football player,
A lot of people are going to be hearing it's coming home for.
I mean, I hope it's coming home. I've been
Yeah.
hoping it's coming home for 37 years. You've been
Yeah,
hoping it's coming home for 25 years.
25, yeah.
Dad has been hoping it's coming home for 66. No, it
No,
came,
because 66.
he was 3 years old when England won the World Cup. All right. So for 57
minus
years.
3 of his life.
Yeah,
Minus
50,
3 years of his
50
life.
58 years.
All right. I like that one as well.
Yeah, but hold on.
But we can't.
It
really
means
say that.
something. It actually
Oh,
means
right.
something.
The English have Oh, is it Brexit?
No, it could
No?
be, but it's not. Okay. What it means is, les Anglais ont débarqué. I'll give you a clue. Ria says this once a month.
Well, I'm not. Well, that's a bit. Go on, give me a bit.
It's when women have their period.
Oh, right. That's yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there was two options there. But yeah.
What's the other option?
Well, no, that's what.
That she
was
gets
one of the
paid
options.
from her job once a month.
Yeah. That's the other option.
Wait, so the English have disembarked. That is a phrase that French people use when if a French woman has a period, she'll
That's
say
the English leaving.
she'll say no, arriving. She goes.
Oh, arriving.
She'll say the English have arrived.
And what's that? Like, not good? Is that a bad term or a good term?
Well, I think the origin of that is because I think there's two theories, there's two urban legends. Urban legend number one is when the English disembarked off the boats to kill French people in the wars, the English uniform was red. And so when you would see all of the English coming off, it's like a sea of red, which is what happens when you have a period, right?
Yeah. That sounds quite...
Well, it's quite graphic.
Yeah, but that sounds like... I think urban... Well, let's hear urban.
The urban myth number two is when the English disembarked, there was a lot of fighting. Therefore, there was a lot of blood.
Bloodshed, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah.
It's one of those two things. But I like your thing
find
of
out.
being like, what did you say? What did it angry and loud? Which
Well, annoying and that, probably.
yeah, that's
We're not angry.
that's my
but we're
wife.
annoying and
That's
loud.
my wife. So it's a perfect description.
Okay.
When the English have debarked
Yeah.
in our house, my wife is angry
right.
and loud
Angry and loud. And sometimes annoying.
and annoying. Not sometimes, all the time.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like we've got more tanned. What's happened to the colours?
I know.
It's weird, isn't it?
This works.
So there we go. The English have disembarked.
The sun.
Well, because the sun's gone down. Sun's gone down. Wait, hold on. Let me. It's because the white balance is on auto, innit? Innit, mate? Let's do daylight. There we go. Now we're back. All right. Let's do one. Let's do one more. I'm trying to find one that's funny. Let's go down. That one we've got in English. That one we've got. Okay. All right. This is a good one.
Oh.
It might not be the last one.
All right.
So he says, "Go on, read it out."
Il a pas les gaz à tous les étages. Étage.
Yeah, the G there isn't a G. It's like a.
God, it's not easy, is it?
No, it's not.
Il a pas les gaz à tous les étages.
Correct. Can you
Hang on.
try and figure out what that means in English? It's
Is
complicated.
it like stages at the end? Les étages?
Étage can be stage. In this instance, it means levels of a house.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Is it like mi casa es tu casa? My house.
You can't
is your house.
stereotypical English. Mi casa es su casa, una cerveza por favor, las tapas.
Do you know what? I thought I'd be alright at this.
All right.
What's atu?
All
All levels.
levels, yeah. Can you figure out what that word is there? Gaz.
Guys.
No, gaz.
Gas.
Imagine it's got an S on it.
Gas.
Gas. Right. So this means
Gas levels.
no. It means so the first bit is there isn't gas on every floor. There's not gas on every floor. Imagine an apartment building.
Yeah. There's not gas on every floor.
Yeah.
There's not gas on every floor.
You would say about somebody. You would say,
Oh right, the lights are on, but there's no one at home.
fucking
Get in
yes. Fucking
That's the first one we've got.
yeah.
I mean, I needed a lot of help.
The light. Yeah, but no. But
But
I'm,
the lights
I'm-
are on and there's no one home.
I'm surprised you-
That's an English saying.
It is.
Yeah.
That's the English version of there's not gas at every. I'm like
There's not
that's
gas on every level.
yeah. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I guess it's the same thing. That's a good one. I like that.
Good work.
Good work.
I enjoyed that one.
That's very good to get
right.
from there to there. Right, let's
Good
do
work.
one more. Let's do one more. Let's do one more.
Loud and annoying.
Loud and annoying. Oh, I like this one because there's probably quite a lot of people in your industry, like there is in mine, that this is the case of. So, let's read it out.
Am I allowed to swear on it or what?
Yeah. But there's no swearing in
I
that.
thought Cole was going to be...
Oh,
I thought it was like Peter.
Peter?
Well, the first word is...
Oh, Peter. Peter!
What is E again with the accent?
E.
E. Peter.
It's pity.
Pity.
Yeah, the ER.
Plus-
Yeah.
Plus au que sont cool.
Yeah.
I was going to go... Well,
Go on.
Peter is a Reich.
Peter is a right cunt. Is that what you... Peter is a right
No,
cunt.
is care not what?
In this case, it's than, but...
Oh, right.
Right, pity is a verb and it means...
And son is are. Well, I'd go what are in Spanish, but I guess it's different in French.
No, it's cul is a swear word. It's not a swear word. It means arse.
So not far off.
But pity isn't Peter. Pity is a verb which means to fart.
Ah, right.
So what it actually says is pity plus haut que son cul means to fart higher than one's arse. If
Is you've got a chip on your shoulder, or someone's on a high horse?
Oh, someone's on their high...
Like arrogance.
That's exactly what it is. Pity plus haut que son cul. You fart higher than your arse. Means that you're like you're showing off. You know, if somebody...
If you fart higher than your arse.
Yeah, you're an arrogant prick.
Okay.
You're just like, you think you're all that. You fart higher than your arse. I don't know why it means...
What a saying that is.
It's one of my favourites. Amazing. As Metastaz says, very sophisticated bilingual humour.
Good work.
Oh, God.
I'm enjoying these.
Yeah, man.
How long have we got?
We can do one more if you want. Let's do one more.
Keep this going.
Let's do one more. And then we'll do some more with the Patreon crew just afterwards. Right, let's go. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Ladies and gentlemen. Margaret suggests that it's shit don't stink. I've never heard that one.
Shit.
But maybe that's the... All right,
Well, you've got...
Go on.
You're all fart and no poo.
You're all fart and no poo. Is that a phrase?
Yeah, maybe that's what. You know...
No.
There's another version of it as well. But yeah, it's like you're all fart and no shit, basically.
Does that mean that you're arrogant as well?
No, as in like you talk a lot, but you don't. Do you know what I mean? You're all farting, but you don't follow through.
Yeah, blah blah. Like
Yeah,
you're good at
You're all
yeah,
fart,
yeah.
no shit.
You're all fart, no shit.
You can. The English, we like to break it down to the absolute bare minimum. All fart, no shit. It doesn't need the extra.
Oh God! Right, here we go. Patrick Schnewilly, this is a good one. Go on, let's have it. You should be able to translate this one.
Pisser dans un violon.
Yeah.
Pissed as a violin.
Not pissed as a violin. It's pissing in a violin.
Pissing in a violin. Is
Yeah.
that shitting on your own doorstep? No.
No. If
you piss in, it's in your own violin, or just a violin.
I don't know if there's a distinction between pissing in your own violin. I mean, this is pissing in a violin.
A violin,
It's
okay.
not specified
Is
whose
it
violin
like
is it.
You're ruining something beautiful.
No, but it should be.
Pissing in a violin.
You piss in a violin.
You're pissing in a violin.
I want to make sure that I've got it right as well.
Yeah, well, check what.
Uh,
I feel like they're two good versions of it.
They are.
If you were to piss in your own violin, you're shitting on your own doorstep.
You're shitting on your own doorstep.
And then if, yeah, you're also making something, you're ruining something that's good. Would
yeah,
also be a
it's
good-
neither of those.
Well, unless you don't like violin, but
No, it's I mean, I'm trying to find the sense in my mind of why this would be a phrase.
pissing in
but-
a violin.
Pissing in a violin.
is don in a in.
Don is in, yeah.
Don.
if you were to say you were in my studio, tu es dans mon studio.
Right. Okay.
So pisser dans un violon is
in a
literally
violin.
pissing in a violin, and the actual meaning of it doesn't make sense, if I'm going to be honest with you. So I don't think you'll be able to guess it.
Okay.
It means to be wasting your time.
Well, if you were literally pissing in a violin, you probably are wasting your time.
You are.
But I mean, you could be pissing on anything. Anything other than the toilet, or maybe if you're outside. But
Yeah,
you could say that for any object, which would be quite good because then you could make it your own every time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a good place to hide piss. Like if you're really desperate to go for a piss, and you're like, well, I've got an empty bottle here, or I've got a violin. I don't even know if a violin's got a big enough hole to be able to piss into. A guitar,
accurate.
Yeah,
And with the strings,
you got no chance.
Got even less.
Well, because you got the little hole that's like a little wiggly hole.
Yeah.
It's not like a guitar hole. Like a guitar hole,
that's what I mean. Yeah, because the guitar you've got a good old.
You got
Again, you've got strings.
But the whole of the guitar is more.
But I get that because if you were pissing in a guitar, you might not be wasting your time because whereas if you're pissing in a violin, you're never going to get it in the violin. Oh. So then it's like, but I mean, you could say like you're pissing in a can.
Yeah,
that'd be a waste of time because the whole.
I guess French people don't like violins.
Yeah. There you go.
So anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there we go. Monday Night Live with the bro, Mr. Kyle Taylor. We're going to carry on Patreon, patreon.com/Paul Taylor, for all the legends that follow me on Patreon. And if you don't, then no worries. I'll see you again next week. What's happening next week? I'm here next week. So you'll see me again next week, the non-Patreon crew, the people of Patreon. We'll see you in a few minutes. That we're going to go piss in a violin. And then be back in a couple of minutes. Any parting words?
Au revoir. Merci beaucoup.
There you go. Perfect.
Ouais, c'est bon.
You sounded really French there. Ouais, c'est bon. Ouais, c'est bon. Fuck off now.
Au revoir.
All right. See you later, everyone. Bye. Bisous. Bye.